Okay, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do FS1, Food Shack 1. We're going to be doing the floor joist in Fusion 360. This one is going to be for fourth period because you're going to be using the 2x4s. Okay, so go ahead and let's get started. So go and open up Fusion. You should have your data panel open. And if you haven't already, create a new project and rename it CEA. And then once you name your project CEA, double click, go inside, and then add a new folder called Food Shacks. Okay, I have these separate folders for the classes. So this is fourth period. I'm going to go in fourth period. Okay, so you have an untitled file here. Go ahead and save it as floor joist. Okay, I'm going to name it 2x4. Actually, fourth period 2x4. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the floor joist from the bottom up. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vertical members here, we're going to do 6, and we're going to have to do 2 long horizontal members, and then we're going to do the subfloor. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so on here, we're going to be doing the temporary base first. So I'm going to go ahead and create sketch, click on the bottom plane, click on two-point rectangle. Okay, starting on the origin, then I'm just going to go out 96 inches by 48, right? Hitting the tab button. I'm going to hit finish sketch. I'm going to close the data panel here. Okay, make it smaller, right? So I have a 96 by 48 this way, 96 across this way sketch, right? So I'm going to left click inside the sketch, then I'm going to right click and extrude, and then we're going to go up 0.5. Okay, now before I hit enter here on the extrude window, I'm going to drop down, make sure your operation is going to be new component. Okay, so every part of this food shack, you're going to have to create a new component. Okay, so I'm going to drop down, create new component, hit OK. All right, so here we have this temporary base. I'm going to double click inside the component and rename this component, right? 0.5 inches, right, with the quotations, by, which is an X, 48 inches by 96 inches. And I'm going to name it temporary base. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to draw these panels on there. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the long side first, 96 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go again, create new sketch, clicking on this face right here, then click on two-point rectangle. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and click on the front plane right here. Okay, we're going to draw, zoom in because I want to be able to get this corner correctly, right? Left click right that corner, then I'm going to go. All right, let me do that again. I'm hit escape. Let's do it again. Two-point rectangle right here. There we go. Let's start over. Create sketch. I'm going to click on here, right? Click on two-point rectangle. Now here we go. Now I see. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, looking for that corner. Why is it not? Start again. Create new sketch. Click on this plane. Click on two-point rectangle. There we go. Let's zoom in some more. Now I'm going to go. So now since we're doing 2x4s, like I said, 2x4s aren't really 2x4s. They're really 1.5 by 3.5. So the distance that we're going to go up is 3.5, 3.5, tab, 1.5, enter, finish sketch. Okay. I'm going to click on the home view. So now we're going to extrude. Okay, going the distance, the 96 inches, right? So I'm going to left click inside the sketch, then right click, then I'm going to hit extrude. Now remember, we're going to create a new component. So I want to make sure this operation is going to be new component. And this distance, since we're going this way, it's going to be negative 96. See that? Okay, so now I have component 2, okay, which is, if I zoom in, right, it should be the 2x4. Okay, If I look at it from the top, it should be, actually, it's easier to see. See how it's kind of gray? I'm gonna go change, let me go and change it. Okay, let's do this first. Double click inside component 2, and then we're gonna go ahead and name it 2x4, 2x4. I'm not gonna put the quotations in because it's not really 2x4, right? So I'm just gonna leave it 2x4 by 96 inches because we know it's really 96 inches. Then I'm gonna name this floor joist. Okay. And then before I hit enter, I'm going to click on modify, and then I'm going to click on the physical material. I'm going to make it cherry. Okay. Look for cherry and then left click on it. Oh, let me undo that. One more time. Click on the floor joist, modify. I just want to change the physical material for this one component. Physical material, cherry, left click, drag it onto, I don't want that one. One more time, click here, just this one. Nope. Only this one, modify, physical material, cherry. There we go, okay, just that one. Okay, that way you can see a color contrast, okay? So if I look here, that way I can see that it lines up correctly, all right? So now we're going to, we did the left side, now we're going to copy it using the move copy tool onto the right side, okay? So I'm gonna click on it again, okay? And then I'm gonna click move copy. Oh, before I do that, let me click on the front side, right? See that? So I get a better view. Click on create copy. And remember, make sure that you have components. And then I'm gonna click on this arrow, and then we wanna copy it right at the edge of the right side, right? So if you notice, 50 is too far, 45 is not far enough. I think it's 46.5. Hit enter, see that? So if I hit the home button, now I see the two long floor joists. So now we're going to put in the 6, it says 7 here, but we're gonna do 6, okay? We're gonna do the vertical parts of the floor joist, okay? So I'm gonna click on the front view here, okay? Because I wanna zoom in, we're gonna be drawing from this inside corner right here, okay? Create a sketch, click on here, 2-point rectangle, and then I'm gonna zoom in because I want this inside corner. Now we're gonna go out. Same distance, okay? 3.5 by this time, I believe it's 45. Okay, if I zoom in, okay, should be 45. It should be, yeah, 3.5 by 45. Hit enter. See that? Finish the sketch. Okay. Now I'm going to left click inside the sketch, right click, extrude. And again, this is going to be a new component. So I'm going to drop down, make it a new component. Okay. And then we're going to go this way. If we're going this way, it's going to be a negative 1.5. See that? Okay. So if I look here from the front, I know that it lines up. Okay. Actually, oh no, I just moved it. Okay, let's change the, okay. Okay, before we do that, click on this component, right? Let's change the name to this. We're going to name it 2x4 by 45 inches, right? And it's still the floor joist. Floor joist, 2x4 by 45 floor joist. Okay. Modify, go to modify, change the physical material. We're going to make it pine. Okay. Just so I can see the color contrast to make sure that it lines up correctly. There you go. See that? So it's pine. So if I look here, right, I can see that it lines up. It doesn't overlap. There's no gap. Ooh, there's a little gap right there, but I think we're okay. See how there's like a tiny little gap? There really shouldn't be because there isn't. Let's see here. There's no gap here. Okay, let's see. Let's measure the distance. Did I not do that right? Inspect, measure this point to this point. 45.036. Ooh. Okay, that really should be just 45. Okay, we'll be okay that way. Hopefully you guys did get 45. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's just leave it. Okay. So click the home button. So now we're going to use the pattern tool and we're going to create 5 more of these across. Okay, instead of doing them one by one. Okay, so I'm going to click on this 2x4 by 45 inches. And this time, instead of doing the move copy, I'm gonna go to create, drop down to pattern, go to rectangular pattern. Okay, again, make sure this type is component. Okay, now it's asking what object. All right, select this object if it's already. Which direction I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go this direction. Okay, and then I'm gonna click on suppress. Now it's asking me here and here. How many? We're gonna do 6. Okay, which is included the one already that's already selected. So I'm gonna grab this arrow and then go 6 across. Right? There should be 5 more added to it. 1, 2, 3. Whoop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I'm gonna click the top view and then zoom down. So I want it to hit right at the corner, right? So see how negative 95 is too far, but 94 is not enough. So it's between 94 and 95. So it's probably going to be negative 94.5. Yep, perfect. See that? Okay. So hit the home button. So it already renamed, right? So I have floor joist 1, 2, the two long side, and then floor joist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and add the subfloor. Let me dock this browser window. Okay, there you go. Okay. So now we're going to add the subfloor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the top view. Okay. And then I'm just going to draw a subfloor, which is this right here. This board is going to go over the joist. Okay. We're going to draw a subfloor, kind of like the temporary. It's exactly like the temporary base, but we're going to put it up here. Okay. So I'm going to go create sketch. Okay. I'm going to click on, make sure I'm going to click on either this panel or this panel. I'm going to click on here because we're going to draw on top of it. Make this smaller. Okay. But I'm going to make it bigger. So I want to touch this corner. 2-point rectangle. Click on that. On this corner. Then we're going to go up. Okay. Now I'm going to make it smaller because I'm going to cover this whole thing. Right. It should be exactly, right, 48, tab, 96, okay? Finish sketch, I'm gonna click on the home view, right? And then here, left click on it, okay, because it's just a sketch. Now I'm gonna right click on extrude, make sure it says operation new component, okay? And then I'm gonna go up, same thing like the temporary base, 0.5. The distance up is 0.5. Okay, so we should, oh, looks like there's a space over there. Looks at it from the top. Whoa, it looks like it's like drew a little too far. See how it's not far enough? Let's measure it. Click inspect, measure. From this corner to this corner. Oh, 46.4. It's not enough. Okay, it needs to be 48. Let me close the measure tool. So I'm going to click on the home view, click on this corner, and then I'm going to touch this face and extrude it 1.5 inches, right? It needs to be, it's 46.5, it needs to be 48. Okay, so I'm going to click on this face right here. There we go. Left click, right click on extrude, and that direction I'm going is 1.5. There you go. See how it fits now? Okay. So now if I look at it from the top, right? If I look at it from the top, it should be completely covered. If I look at it from the front, it should be flush, right? Left and right and up and down on the corner, plumb and level, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna do the drawing for this, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the visibility of the temporary base, okay? And then also, oh, let's rename this. Double click on component, this component, and we're gonna name it 0.5 inches by 48 inches by 96 inches. And then we're gonna name it subfloor. Okay, 0.5 inches by 48 inches by 96 inches subfloor. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off the visibility because this is what we're going to base the drawing off of. Okay, so now I'm going to go design, drawing from design. Okay, And here on the drawing window, drop down template, A size title block CA, hit OK, let that process. Okay, and then here you want to change the orientation from front to the top. Okay, change your scale. You can leave the style here, visible edges, the one on the left. Click on the 3 dots and then look for 1 inch to 1 foot. And then you should see the bookcase right there. See that? Before I click it, I'm going to go to modify up here. I'm going to rotate it because it's not fitting right, right? We want it actually horizontal, not vertical. Click on the bookcase, click on the transform, and then rotate it. Left click, rotate it. Hit OK, and then you can move it, kind of center it like that. Okay. So if you notice, this outer edge right here, this disappears once we're done with it. So this isn't really here. Okay. We're dimensioning inside of that. Okay. So now I'm going to dimension on the vertical and the horizontal. Click on linear dimension. So I'm going to click on this outside corner here. Under here, this should be 96. Okay. And then I'm going to click on this outside corner, 40, it should be 48. This outside corner, this should be 48. Then I'm going to go on here. Okay, I'm going to click on this inside corner here, right? This should say 45. Click on here, 45. See that? Okay. So now I'm going to hit save. This is all the dimensioning I need to see. It automatically saves it as drawing. So it's going to be floor joist, 4th period 2x4 drawing. Hit save. Does it disappear? That line disappear? Hit escape. Enter. Okay, so that's what your drawing should look like. And then you're going to print it out. Okay, do file, go to print, right? And this is the printer. I think yours is going to say PRI S4. Print it out and then show it to me, and then I will hand you the sticks. Okay, so this is what you guys should have. You should have this already saved, right? Make sure you hit save, and then the drawing.